Hey, here's another video from weldingtipsandtricks.com. This is a second video on a playlist, on a YouTube playlist that we're doing about StrongHand tools, welding tables. Build Pro Precision Welding Table. Now last week, the first video, we featured the Nomad because we weren't ready to put the StrongHand Build Pro table together yet. We talked about the features of being able to tilt it, get it just the right height and in position, and using the fence for getting the 90-degree fence. It's adjustable for fitting things up, how handy that comes in. And so we had to get it out, and we had to actually pull it back in because it rained. And so just want to show you how easy it is to break this thing down and get it out of your way and hang it on a wall and whatever, because we're going to put together the Build Pro table right there where that was. So after I get all the table legs and the tooling packages in here stacked away, we'll get started. Now this thing came on a truck and it's heavy duty. First thing you got to do is it's got some temporary legs on there for being able to forklift it and for hauling it and shipping it and everything. Those come off easily with a pipe wrench. Once you get them broke loose, it's no problem. It's a good idea that they're on there too, because it's built-in thread protector for where the table legs screw in. And basically all you got to do is once you get these off, just screw the table legs in. I gave them a little shot of WD-40 on the threads to make them go in easier. And by the way, be careful when you're doing this.
You put the legs on.
Yeah, you could if I put it up on its side because I was limited on people and I didn't want to have to turn it too much. So it does get heavier when you put the legs on. It'll tilt over, but it could only go so far. So you get them all screwed in there good and tight. They've got a hole through them. I just stuck a big old screwdriver through the holes to get them all good and tight, and we put it up on its end. Now all these precision blocks here, this is what gives its precision flatness. These are all milled after it's all welded and everything, so you got a good flat surface there. And then all the slats just bolt on to those pads that are welded on the tabletop. When you get them all put on and all locked down, you've got yourself an extremely versatile welding table with all kinds of holes and slots to hold things. You can clamp practically anything. And it's a good looking table, and the good thing about it is the tooling packages that are available with it are designed to be used specifically with this table, and are innovative and extremely versatile. Now you definitely want to get yourself a cordless drill and a 8mm hex head Allen wrench bit. Speed things up, because there's a lot of bolts that go in this thing. Now thank heaven for speed photography here. I know you don't want to watch me put together all those bolts, but I'm just kind of trying to give you an idea.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it? I like the color. I like yellow and black, and it just looks cool. It looks cool. Got a cool factor to it. Definite cool factor to this StrongHand table. Even though taking all the tabletop pieces off and storing them away for several days and then putting it back together, start to finish, unboxing everything, and then putting the slats on it, about an hour. Not hard at all. Very simple assembly. And now we got a heavy-duty precision welding table. This is your friend if you get one of these. Get yourself a cordless drill with an 8mm Allen wrench driver on it, and you know, you can go on and off, and there's a lot of set screws, a lot of cap screws on this thing. Each slat has 8 of them. So it's because it's got to be flat, got to be precise, so everything's got to be locked down, dead nuts, good and tight. But right now, she's good to go, and we're ready to use it. So I'm still gonna use that Nomad portable table, because it's gonna take a little while. It's going to take a little while to want to smoke this one up at all. It's like awesome, and so I don't want to smudge it up right now. I'm sure eventually I'll get over that. So you know, it's pretty cool. I'm excited to start using it. So I'm going to dig into the tooling package now, and I'm going to lay it all out here, and we're going to go over that a little bit. That actually might be for another video. Got to keep these short, you know. Short for the YouTubers and us welders that have a mild case of ADHD. I know I do. I glaze over, you know, after just a few minutes. So, all right, that's it for now. And we're going to work through these crawlers, and we're going to work through using some of the index tooling that goes in here that fits in these little holes. as we build the crawlers, and hopefully we'll take on a couple of other little jobs too as we go, and we can feature and open up our mind a little bit on doing some cool things and new ways to fit things up. And that's the cool thing about tables like this and fixturing, when you can see it in front of you, you can see all the indexing in front of you, all the tooling. It gives you ideas that you wouldn't have thought of. Instead of starting with a clean slate, you've got some things there to kind of stimulate your ideas. So we'll have the riser blocks, and I'll get it out. We'll talk about it later. All right, thanks.
I will give you a quick preview of some of the tooling and how cool it is to use. I like these hold down vice grip type clamps with the crank on the end. They just slip in, just a pinhole. The pin, they slip in all these holes. It's a one-handed operation. A lot of innovation and a lot of thinking and a lot of trial and error, I'm sure, went into designing all these clamps. But it's designed with the working man in mind. It's not something where you have to have a third hand and you get somebody to help you and all that kind of stuff. It's good stuff. There's a ton of it that comes with the tooling package that's designed to be to work with this StrongHand table. Big tall clamps, and you use the slots as well as the holes for holding things down. And we'll go over all this in the next the series of the playlist on how all this stuff works. So well, I thought I was done with the video, but then I remembered we had just a little bit of welding to do. So let's just use one of these clamps to hold down the part. And this is just one of the simpler things that this the clamping system in this table and the fixturing can do. Just hold stuff down really easily. Anything, anywhere. You just put that grooved disc in the slot, and one-handed, boom, clamp it down. So what happened is the tap got broke off, and there's some really small threaded holes going into these, and they're pretty deep. So it's pretty common. We do this pretty often. The tab breaks off. You have to groove it out from the side because you can't. And you got to get all the tap out because it's all that carbon in there will just be too hard to drill. So with a good ground, with it locked down tight to the tabletop like this, you get a really good start with a MIG gun, and that's really important. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on WeldingTipsandTricks.com.